Lesson 2-1. In this lesson, we'll explore the world of decimals. We'll begin by making a connection between decimals and fractions, which are both ways of expressing a part of a whole. And specifically, we're going to look at three place values, the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths place, and we will show how we can write decimals in standard form and word form. I'm going to read the caption at the top. Please follow along with me. Decimals represent fractions with denominators of 10, 100, 1000, and so on. To say a decimal number, say the number as if it were a whole number, and then say the name of the rightmost place. Okay, so let's look at an example. The name of this fraction, of course, is 7/10, or 7/10. You would write it in standard form as 0.7. Notice that the numerator, 7, is right here in the place value called the tenths place. And you read it by reading the number 7 and then saying the name of the rightmost place value, which in this case is the tenths place. The 0 is sitting in the ones place, the 7 is sitting in the tenths place. So altogether, the name of this fraction or this decimal is 7/10. And for what it's worth, let me just do a quick review of part of the place value chart. Over here in the space to the left of the decimal point, our place values we're very familiar with, the world of whole numbers. Hundreds place value, the tens place value, the ones place value. And then when we make the decimal point and start going to the right, we're getting into the land of part of a whole, where you might have tenths, that followed by hundredths, followed by thousandths. We see these in how we express money, prices of items, price of a gallon of gas, and so on quite a bit. The world is not just expressed in neat, clean, whole numbers, is it? More often than not, we are going into the space between whole numbers, and decimals is one way, along with fractions, of expressing the space between whole numbers. Back to the examples here. This fraction here is 9/100, or 9/100ths. In plain talk, you could say that this is 0.09. The 0's in the ones place, another 0 in the tenths place, 9 in the hundredths place. You read it by saying, okay, I got the number 9, and then the rightmost place value is the hundredths place. Put that together, 9/100ths. Finally, 304/1000. This is 304 thousandths. 0.304, you see the numerator here. Now, the thing that's interesting is sometimes kids will make this mistake at first. They'll look at 9/100 and they'll think, oh, well, that's just this. Well, it's not, because the 9, as I've shown it here, is sitting in the tenths place. This is 9/10. This is 9/100ths. So it's very important that when we're expressing decimals, we really understand the place value and the concept of which place value we are using. Back to this bottom row, 304. The 4 is the rightmost digit. That is in the thousandths place. So I say the name of this as 304 thousandths. For these practice problems, we're going to write each fraction as a decimal, then write how you would say the decimal number. 3/10, this looks a lot like this example up above, where I can show the numerator, the 3, in the tenths place value, 0.3. And then if I can say the name of the fraction, I can say the name of the decimal in word form, 3/10. To spell the decimal place value, it's just the word 10 followed by the suffix THS. And then similarly with hundredths, you're spelling the word hundred, THS. Thousand, THS. Number 2, 12/100ths. That looks a lot like this example, where the 9 was over here. You had 0.9. Here you have 1/2 for the 12 after the decimal point. The 2 is sitting in the hundredths place, so altogether I read this as 12/100ths. 74 thousandths, a lot like this example. Here I had 304 as my numerator, so these 3 digits were 304. Here I've got 74 as my numerator, so there's a 0 over here, isn't there? When I'm going to insert these digits. 0 in the tens place, 7 in the hundreds place, 4 in the thousands place. I read this as 74 thousandths. Number 4, 98 hundredths. The numerator is 2 digits. Those go right into the 9 goes in the tens place, 8 goes in the hundreds place, 98 hundredths. 556 thousandths, 3 digits, 556, 556 thousandths. Number 6 is 9 tenths, 1 digit, the 9 in the tens place. 3 hundredths. So I've got tens place and then hundreds place, so 3 hundredths. If I just put the 3 here, that'd be 3 tenths. I need that 0 here in the tens place and the 3 in the hundreds place. 713 thousandths, 3 digits. 72 hundredths. 5 thousandths. Remember, the thousandths place value is not the first, it's not the second, it's the third place value. So I've got 2 zeros here before I write that 5. 5 thousandths.